Hello there, it's Wookie Cake or Cake Wookie, and in this video I'll be predicting what I'm gonna get if it's P90 Asimov Stat Track Factory New or the M4A1 Cyrex also in Stat Track Factory New right here. One of either. As you can see, I'm now in my CSGO inventory, and you can see I got 10 Stat Track Desert Eagle Conspiracy. 10 of them. I don't know why this is grayed out. Anyways, I'm gonna use it with trade-up contract here. Here we go. Proceed. Okay, my signature. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. It's very pretty. It's legit. Anyways, I'm now gonna predict some numbers here. I know it's gonna be factory new, M4A1 or the P90, but some specific float numbers I'm gonna predict here. So it's gonna be M4A1-S with a float number of 0.037721185 or a P90. A P90 with a float number of 0.06940698316. One of either. So, well, about that, I don't know if they're the same. Anyways, let us proceed with the contract. So, I really hope my numbers are precise. They're probably some small issue. I don't know. Let's see. So I got the M4A1. Let's see, and it's factory new, as expected. So as you can see, I'm back into csgo.exchange, and here's the item I got. Let's see if it matches up. Well, I set 0.03777211865, but as you can see, it didn't get the from the 8 with, and it's wrote 9 instead. That's because the numbers, it's not written the full numbers. Anyways, it would have been 865 at last. It's 9 instead. So that was that prediction. Damn, I was hoping I was getting a P90 because that's much more worth, I think. Well, about that. So how does this work? Remember when I wrote the numbers inside of the trade contract? Well, that's actually a cheat code for getting what you actually want. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, this is by the way a cached version of my inventory back then. As you can see, my deagles, 10 of them, before I got them trade, it had this numbers here, the float number. It's actually equation for like the condition, the float number system when you use the trade-up contract. So if we get back in here, you can see this is the Operation Breakout weapon case, by the way. And you can see the deagle I traded, the Desert Eagle Conspiracy, is one below the M4A1 and P90. That's why I got one of these, obviously. But how could I know the factory new thing? I mean the float number. Well, as you can see here, hold on. As you can see here, there is a here in CSGO stash. It tells what numbers you can get between You can see here you can get between 0.50 to 0 and 0.92 to 0. And actually this is harder to get factory new, well, harder than the M4A1, because it got a larger range that it could be. The float number gonna decide what's it gonna be. As you can see, the range here is 0.00 to 0.07. Compared to the battle scatter, it's 0.45 till 1. If you get a item with a float number with 1, it's the worst you can ever get in battle scatter. And factory new, well, it's 0, obviously. You can see the range here is much larger than in the higher class. The better condition, the lower range. That's because like it's harder to get a better quality, obviously. So actually, the trader contract is based on a equation. You see that I calculated here. Yeah, here. So here's the right equation. It's very simple. It's these numbers multiplied by these numbers plus this number. Okay, so the equation looked like this. The average of the item flow multiplied by with max float you can get, subtract with the minimum float you can get, plus the minimum float you can get. What does this mean? Well, the average of item flow, that's like the 10 deagles of float. The average of them, all of them together, multiplied by this number, which is the maximum float you can get, minus the minimum float. Oops. With minus the minimum float, and in this demonstration, it's here. It's like the worst you can, the highest you can get, that's 0.50, and it's the worst, and the best is 0.0 for this M4A1. That will be equal 0.50 plus with the minimum you can get with was 0, and so basically plus nothing. So let me get back to this. This is much easier to see. So the average of the float of the deagles is this number, and that multiplied by the range of the float I expect to get. The P90 was different, but I'll get to that. As you can see, the minus, that will be like 0.50 plus 0, which is the minimum. Well, this is the equation. I know that this 0 won't do anything, good or bad. If we remove it, it's gonna be the same. I got this, so I got a float number like 0.03, and it's in the range, so it will be factor new. And damn, I was still hoping to get a P90 Asimov. Anyways, thanks for watching. So now I'll show the item, the stat track M4A1 in action. Dang it, wrong team.
Stop! You have killed your own.
Just gonna make some kills.
3 guys left.
So I get enough money to buy what I wanted to. So you can see I got the money to buy M4A1-S.
Waiting here.
This beautiful factory new one.